How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Grip Lock Foundation Disc Golf's weekly podcast. I'm Hunter, joined as always by Trevor, Konner, and Big Si.
Oh,
hello. We've got a fun episode for you today. Not a lot going on in the disc golf world to run through, but don't worry, there'll be still a lot to talk through on Grip Lock because I got a little bracket in front of me.
I have a lot to talk about. None of it has anything to do with disc golf. None of it has anything to do with disc golf, but I have a lot to talk about.
What on earth is that about to be?
It'll be fun.
Okay.
We actually won't do much. I'm just going to reveal the bracket, and then I'm going to let the people do the work.
Okay.
Oh, fun.
But before we get into Con's Couch, UDisc Growth Report, the Fandom Survey, all that fun stuff, first, I got to tell you about the sponsor of today's episode.
Hit him with it, Hunt.
Today is brought to you by Elevation Discs. These are discs made from rubber materials that range from super floppy OG to the much stiffer Eco Firm. They have a grippy texture, but the big thing here is that they hit and sit. They greatly eliminate and reduce rollaways. They basically never skip, unless you get their Eco Firm, the little bit firmer one, but they're super floppy OG ones. I mean, these things, you can throw a hyzer into any green, it'll just fold and just sit right there. So if you play with a lot of elevation, heck, if like Olympus is your home course, you might want to pick up some of these. They got a variety of molds from understable, like the Koi, to overstable, like their Screech. The Screech is basically like a super floppy zone, so that one's pretty fun because you can throw it backhand, you can throw it forehand. Honestly, the Interceptor is their like original mold, and it's basically like a Screech with a thumb track, more or less. But you can do a lot of interesting things with these things. You can also play catch. If you saw our video that we did where we like threw and basically played ultimate disc golf, that was using those.
That was a lot of fun.
Played indoor disc golf in the warehouse when it was snowy outside. We used the Kois for those. So all kinds of fun things other than just having them on your bag and making all your friends be like, that's cheating because his disc doesn't roll away like we do to Tyler every single time we play with him.
That's what I sound like.
If you want to check that out, check out the full lineup at foundationdisc.com or your favorite retailer, which if it's not Foundation, you hurt my feelings. And
you're wrong.
Those have been great for that course we played in Colorado with all the rocks everywhere, boulders everywhere. That'd be key.
That would be great.
I think it was in Denver. I don't think it was in Boulder.
Very good.
I got him.
Got him.
Very good.
All right. Well, hey,
drive.
it's time for Con's Couch.
Oh, what's up, everybody? Come have a seat on Con's Couch.
He's not wearing shoes, just so you know at home, and you can kind of like
just hold him
feel the
vibe. Got a hole in his socks.
He does
like,
that. Yeah,
that's like my.
What the heck? Why are you guys doing this to me right now?
I just want them to feel. I just want them to feel how comfortable.
Well, I was wearing Tevas or socks with Tevas, which I call Stevies, of course, as everybody does. I was wearing my Stevies, but then I sat on the couch, and then the Velcro on my Stevies was sticking to the couch because I'm sitting cross-legged.
Yeah, that's
and so I decided to slip them off. So pardon me, I'm very comfortable today.
Have you guys ever
tailbone hurts like a mug?
Have you ever worn a hat that has exposed Velcro on the back of it, and you lean against a couch?
You gotta think
go
about
like that.
Here.
The Velcro has never been exposed on the back.
The Velcro is never exposed.
Same. That's never happened.
I got that thing cranked so far over you can see the tags.
Have you ever had to pull your hat so tight that the flap whips you in the eye?
All right, big hat.
Since I buzzed my.
Trevor's wearing a snapback. I'm wearing a snapback just so people can understand the levels we're at.
Okay, and also, this is a really big snapback.
And this is a U-pong.
Yeah, like this is usually, because I'm 4 clicks? Yeah, usually I'm 3 clicks.
I have my headphones as tight as they can go.
Oh, me too.
Hunter, I have a whole new respect for you because I didn't I already had a really small head, but I've had so much hair to add to that, and it was a blessing. It allowed me to wear hats. I can't wear any hats anymore.
No, yeah.
Like all my hats,
3 hats
all my hats that are like my favorite hats, I have like 2 buttons left on the back whenever I clasp it.
There's somebody
like
out
that
there.
Rip disc golf hat that we got. Like I literally. It only had like
Those
3 I had to use all of them.
I didn't even go to his trunk because I saw the hat and I was like, that's not fitting my head.
What's that AS Color brand? Those are big. And well, it's funny. There's somebody out there that just every time they put on a hat, they're just like a perfectly in between our head sizes, and it's just so convenient for them.
It must be
and I hate that person.
Trevor, I think that's you.
No, Trevor got big head.
No, but I'm saying the big head hats fit him, but then like
there are hats that are too shallow for me though. There are many hats.
He does say that.
No, not true. Hunter, bro.
No, he does say that.
That's not true.
I'm just saying, like,
I literally
in our office we have this debate.
No, the hats that we order for this company doesn't almost ever happen.
But what I'm saying is,
but that's because the majority of the people at this company have larger hats.
But I'm saying you can fit like this hat you can wear.
Yes.
Our Performance Dad hat you can wear.
So can you.
Our Bogey Bros hat you can wear.
Yeah, that one you can't wear.
The Atlas
Well, you
hat.
can wear.
No, it comes over my ears.
Does it?
Yeah, remember?
To be fair, that hat's just big in general.
But that's what I'm saying, is you have the full spectrum. I think you're describing your own head. You want us to call you Perfect Head.
I don't have the full spectrum. I literally have so
Perfect head.
I have a hat in my drawer over there at my desk that was given to us that I can't wear. It's
all right,
small.
Mr. Perfect Head. Con, run us through it.
That's victim shaming.
I'm sorry that you have a perfectly sized head.
That's crazy.
My
if I had a perfectly sized head,
that's big of you to apologize.
My snaps would be perfectly lined up. If anybody,
that's how a hat was designed.
I wish I did.
Like your snaps are perfectly across right now.
I have the perfect sized head, so therefore we're only ordering hats that fit my head from here on out. Declaration has been made. Sorry for all you average-headed people. You will not fit our hats. They will all be too small for you. They will sit like a yarmulke on top of your head.
Well, yeah, that being said, it's the first time I've missed my hair was just whenever I couldn't wear a hat I wanted to wear.
That's fair.
So,
yeah, I had the opposite experience. When I cut my hair, it usually helps me fit a few that I couldn't before.
That's funny.
Perfect head.
Okay, so this Con's couch
with no hair
comes from Instagram DM Messenger. So this is my boy Caleb. On Instagram, he's Caleb the Ferg. I don't know what that means, but
last name's probably Ferguson.
That would make sense.
I like that username.
Didn't dig that deep into it. But he had DM'd me a little bit ago, and just a reminder, if any of you guys have anything that you think would be a fun Con's couch, you can DM me on Instagram. It's just Konner, Konner. You can DM me, and I'll likely share it.
Conor.
Because I'm always looking for Con's couch ideas. Well, this one I think is kind of interesting. I think you guys know this. I think I knew it, but I maybe just didn't really think about it. But I thought it was fun nonetheless. This is regarding the Innova Destroyer mold. So he gathered this information from talking to people.
Is it safe to say that the Destroyer mold is like the Coca-Cola recipe of disc golf? It's the most like sought after thing that nobody can figure out.
Possibly. This isn't really about
everybody tried to steal the Coca-Cola recipe. Yeah. It's like nobody could perfect it. Yeah. Everybody tries to copy the Destroyer. If somebody had the recipe,
that's a good point, Trev. Good point, Trev. Caleb says that while at the 2025 USDGC, I followed a card containing KJ USA, Chandler Kramer, Ian Burchett, and Gavin Rathbun. While on hole 8, Ian threw a Destroyer, and KJ asked, what did he throw? Since he was a Castaplast player, he had the option to throw non-Castaplast as well. Ian responded with a Destroyer mold. What was said next is what piqued my interest, Caleb says. KJ asked, which one of the 13 Destroyer molds was it? This immediately had my head spinning because I knew that the old AJ molds were different, but 13 iterations. Now I'll tell you going into this, I think that statement was
satire.
I think that was he was kind of exaggerating. I don't think it's actually 13.
It's hyperbole.
But that either way is interesting to think about all the different Destroyer iterations made. Caleb says, I just did some kind of reaction to his message, and I don't know what it is. I later went by the Millennium tent, and they had a 2-time Ricky and a 4-time Macbeth Destroyer, which I asked them about the differences in those molds. The Millennium reps confirmed that both players wanted something different from the Destroyers, so their respective molds had some tweaks. Paul wanted a beefier Destroyer, and Ricky wanted an outright bomber. And if you feel the Ricky and Paul Destroyers in your hand, you can definitely feel for sure, you can definitely feel a difference. Now I definitely, before I worked here like years ago, I definitely felt the difference in those discs, and I definitely crapped on the Ricky one and was like, this sucks. But I don't know if it's just because I'm Paul fanboy.
The Rick ones are good.
I never liked the Rick one,
but I never put into thought that it's because they actually retooled the mold. I just thought it was just different production runs and stuff like that. But
the
they
Rick
actually
ones definitely do flip more though.
They actually retooled the mold. So Caleb says, I just got back from the Big Easy Open, and I was talking to an Innova rep about Destroyers, and we talked about the Infinite Emperor, as he mentioned it to the Innova rep, and the Innova rep confirmed that the Emperor is an AJ Destroyer, the Avery Jenkins Destroyer, which is obviously one of the most sought-after Destroyers, which is really cool. And so he then said, the interesting thing would be for you, he said, so here's my thing for you to dig into if you can. We know about the AJ, Macbeth, Ricky Destroyer molds, modification to the OG Destroyer mold that Innova produces. But what are the other notable modifications to the Destroyer mold? So I took
the 2-line AJ is different than just the normal AJ as well.
Okay. Well,
that's the most sought after AJ. I believe is the 2-line AJ.
Those bottom stamp SDSs, I feel like were a particular run.
Yeah, you can also tell when they change because the pinned. Pins also just kind of identifies how far along they are, but people get half it. I think is people being crazy, but the other half.
What Trevor's referring to, guys, is whenever they used to pen on the bottom of the disc,
referring to?
No, what you were referring to, the SDS.
SDS.
They used before they would write Star Destroyer by SDS, and then at some point they switched to
the star,
drawing a star, and then DS.
The funny thing
they embossed.
The funny thing about the Destroyers is
I love penned Innova.
If you were in disc golf, pre-COVID, I mean, well before that, it used to be a run-obsessed game, especially if you were into Innova and Discmania in particular. You were, especially Discmania, you wanted certain runs of disc because they come out differently. There's no secret to that. Because the funny thing is, even with all the Destroyer molds, and we were talking about the Ricky and the Pauls, I have found Destroyers that I both loved and hated within every run. I found Paul, I one time bought a brand new Paul Macbeth Destroyer, and it was a roller. It was literally a roller, and it was a piece of crap. And then I've also found them that are sick.
That's why I didn't think about them being retooled, because I figured it was just a different run.
So it's one, you can absolutely have a favorite run, but then you still have to find a good one within that run for it to be what you want.
And the Ricky one does feel way different. It's kind of nice to know that is a different
I feel
disc.
like they're usually more shallow.
What I never liked about the Ricky one is it just is the only Destroyer that doesn't feel like a Destroyer to me.
Yeah.
Really? I haven't really thrown enough of them. I only had one of the, I threw one of the robot ones.
Yeah. Because I bought 2 or 3.
Because I pick up a Destroyer in the U section, I know it's a Destroyer. But if I pick up a Ricky Destroyer, I go, what disc is this? And then I look and see it's a Ricky Destroyer.
I had one stock Ricky that I think I liked.
I didn't like him.
I'm not a Destroyer connoisseur either. I have, throughout my disc golfing life, thrown them all the time. But I threw more Wraiths than Destroyers growing up. So I never was a guy that had 4 or 5 in my bag at a time. I might have had 2. So I wouldn't be nearly as knowledgeable about
I do think it's interesting. So he had said in his message that he wanted me to look into all the different iterations, to which I did and found nothing.
It's really hard to find.
So that's it.
You got to get an contact.
I got into a good Google search and figured out nothing.
There's a solid chance
get in touch with
that
Jeff
my Innova guy, which I don't know if he ever wants to be doxxed, so I'm not going to say it, even though everyone knows him, will listen to this and we'll text him.
He would.
Oh, that's nice.
Because most of the time I say something about Innova, he'll shoot me a text after, either to be like, "Yep, that's true," or "Hey, you're an idiot. This is wrong."
Yeah.
He's never that mean.
I would love to know how many different runs there are.
Well, so I did find a Reddit post that was really cool that talked about, I can't remember the guy's name, but I could probably pull it up. But he did a post he does a lot of breakdowns of a lot of different Innova releases back in the day and stuff like that. So he talked about how the Destroyer was released in 2007. And it's just crazy because there still has not been a better, really better selling driver since the Destroyer.
That is such an interesting.
It's still better selling.
Well, sorry, it's still one of it was
considered
Innova's
the flagship disc.
It's still one of Innova's top selling discs.
Absolutely,
and it's still no disc to their. So the Wraith came out before it. The Wraith is the only driver that came out before the Destroyer that stood in players' bags, because the things that it took the place of was the T-Rex, the Monster, discs like that. But those all
the Wraith is still
they all get pushed out.
Very high seller.
The Beast, the Orc.
Most places the Wraith beats out the Destroyer, even our site.
Just so much more beginner friendly. Yeah, the Destroyer, it is such an interesting topic, and I don't know how many people we talk about all the time how it's clear to our point. And even the point of that story, where if pros have the choice of picking any distance drivers, they typically do turn to Destroyers because they are so good. And it's just so funny to me. Obviously, players have been able to have a ton of success and win with other molds. And if you get your hands on the right forces, they're very good. You get your hands on the right PD2s,
the right D1s,
they're really good. Yeah, even D1s.
Well, and I think that's the thing, is that since the Destroyer was the most popular for so long, that's the reason why it's still viewed as the best, because you trust that there's a good Destroyer out there. But if you try another overstable distance driver and you happen to get one that's not good, because Innova is just as victim to this as everybody else is, where their runs are all over the place, and you pick up one Destroyer and it flies flippy, when you pick up one Destroyer and it's beefy. And so but if you just go to try out a force, if you've never really tried a forcer, that's obviously a more popular one, but you try out a Castoplast disc, a mint disc, whatever, all those different things, and you happen to get one that's not good, you're going to go, well, I know that there's good Destroyers out there because it's been the popular one for so long.
That would be a fun poll, or
so maybe it is that nobody's topped it, it's just nobody trusts them yet.
Because there are some companies I would legitimately look at and be like, they don't have something close to a destroyer in the sense that not only the flight but also the feel.
Okay.
Like I would argue, you mentioned Castaplast. Like Castaplast has lots of good drivers.
Nothing that feels like a destroyer.
Nothing that feel like, because they have the gold. I know is like one of their,
shallower,
but it's shallower, right? So like there are plenty of companies that have discs that fly similar. Like that's why like the Force has a similar depth.
Yeah,
and
the Force is very similar
a destroyer. So like that's probably the closest out there. Like PD2s typically are a little more overstable at the beginning, but like a similar depth feel. But some companies just don't like.
I just haven't found, because I've tried. I mean, when my destroyer was banned from my bag, I just tried to replace it because it was banned from my bag for like 6 months, wasn't it?
It was a while. It was a long time.
It was a long time. And I could not find a disc that had the glide and overstability.
Yeah.
It's pretty
of the destroyer. Because like the Force for me either was a flippy Force, and so it had the glide of the destroyer, but then it flipped up and it ticked me off. Or it was really overstable and was like a PD2. And like I couldn't throw it anywhere.
I've only
the
had
same thing with the Enforcer. D1s, you have to find the most specific D1 of all time to get close, but it at least like feeling wise can come close. But I mean, some D1s are hyzer flip to turnovers out of the box.
Most of them that I
thought the
like
Kong,
I just couldn't find.
I thought the Kong, which was the Proto Zeus, was kind of close.
Yeah, there's some really overstable Zeus's get close, but like it's harder to look for a really overstable
maybe
Zeus.
This Ares is going to be something. That's a Zeus 2.0.
Yeah, I haven't thrown
Curious
that.
to see what those are like.
I do think it's interesting
I think
that
the Hypercane was somewhat close.
Hypercane,
but like,
Hypercane was a good disc. Well, have you guys seen this?
What is it? Terminator?
No, the Hurricane X. Is that what it's called?
I saw
What's
Jake
that about?
Bond freaking palming that thing. Like,
is that man a giant?
He is. There's no way around
He's
it.
huge.
Because it looked like an XL Mini.
Jake
in
Bond
his
is
hand.
every bit of like 6'5" at least. Like,
but like, his fingers were like wrapped around. It looked like he was holding an X. Like, I don't think my hand does that to an XL Mini.
It was hilarious.
It was crazy.
But that disc looks very promising.
Like, I thought that it was like a haha. Like, look at this funny how this little disc flies.
Yeah.
But no, it's just a regular sized disc.
Yeah.
Well, I did think it was interesting that. One, the Emperor is the AJ destroyer, which is funny because a lot of people are always talking about getting those AJ destroyers. You can just get Emperor. And also, if you want Emperor Foundation discs on our website, foundationdisc.com, we have infinite molds. So go on there and buy them.
Emperor in stock right now?
I don't know. It's their best one.
Why even ask? Just tell them it is.
It's their best disc.
Yeah. Well, so if you want to check those out.
In this, it is in this distance video that comes out soon. I think this week, where back in like November-ish, I tried to add 100 feet of distance to my throw in 30 days, and we weren't carrying infinite back then. But I found an Emperor in the use section, and I talked to Mikey from Overthrow, and he was like, dude, Emperors and Pharaohs are like, you got to throw them if you want to throw far. And I was like, frick that, dude. Like, I ain't messing with it. And so I like grabbed one and I called it like an old destroyer mold because I threw it once and I was like, I need to use this as part of my like 10. So whenever I'd refer to it in the video, I just called it an old destroyer mold.
That's funny.
It is.
Just wipe the stamp.
That's funny. Did you go Scorpius? Did you throw any Scorpius?
I didn't.
Yeah, Scorpius is another one that's like
people talk about that being a bomber.
Scorpius, I think, is an old destroyer mold as well.
I wonder which one.
Pretty sure I heard that.
It's pretty far. I mean, it's close, but not
I think Greg Barsby used to always say
Scorpius.
Barsby used to just basically say it's a better destroyer, and
Barsby used to say it was a destroyer with a forward-pushing fade.
Yeah, they're very similar because one of my buddies used to have one in his bag, and for the longest time I thought it was a destroyer, and then he just went like, no, this isn't a destroyer, it's a Scorpius. But every time I pick one up, I've always thought like, yeah, these are good, but they're not quite as comfy in my hand.
Really?
Yeah.
I need to get on that, try that out. But I did think it was interesting that they still have the mold for the like AJ Destroyer, just like sitting around, like still using it. Like it's just crazy. Like,
well, it's making them money.
Well, true. That's true.
Yeah, they're making money off of it still.
It's just funny because it's like whenever there's a disc that's so loved that people want, it'd just be cool to run it. Like
an occasional run.
Like, could you imagine just like a heritage edition?
But they don't want to admit that the newest, latest, greatest destroyer isn't the best destroyer. Yeah, that's the whole.
That's a good point.
They want that to be known as, which they haven't They didn't
what is the new
toss
destroyer?
Calvin's name on there.
Is the new
He
destroyer...
won that major last year, and we were kind of like, oh, I bet he's going to get the destroyer.
Is it because the Halo
okay,
the Halo destroyer is also a different mold,
So,
right?
sorry.
I don't know.
I have no idea. That might just be the plastic. But this is... So I'm going to just read you what Greg Barsby says in this 2021 in the bag.
Okay.
So he basically...
I love this.
Those sunglasses.
He said the Scorpius is based on the Destroyer mold when they retooled it for that guy 7 years ago, which I'm assuming he's talking to Paul because this is 2021, so that'd be like 2015. So basically when they retooled the Destroyer for Paul, he changed the disc a little bit. Then this old Destroyer mold was subletted to Millennium. So these are the Avery 3-line or the Avery 2-line Destroyers. Not as overstable as some of the new stuff, which seems to work with his arm speed a little bit better. Yada, yada, yada.
Okay.
So he's claiming that's Scorpius is the like Avery Destroyer as well.
I mean,
I think it's just like if you claim it an Avery Destroyer, you know that this is going to sell well. So if you have any part of the Destroyer mold, just be like, I think this is the Avery one.
I'm going to make my distance driver section of my bag every like possible iteration of a destroyer mold, but they're all, none of them are the same run. All different. One of the best runs of destroyers I've ever thrown in my life was when we did a take on the old Macbeth stamp, and we did a foundation stamp. Those were awesome.
Those
I had
feel
like
really
two
good.
of them
Good
or three of them,
plastic,
and I've since lost them all because I bagged them.
I found one in the U section a little bit ago, and that's how you know it's a good destroyer and good star plastic because that sheen wears off perfectly and it
just
feels like
matte.
an old destroyer. Yeah,
Dude, they bombed.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've got the UDisc growth report has come out for this year. So let's see, all of you who thought disc golf was dying, let's see if there's any validity to your statements.
If you want to buy our business, we are getting out of this dying sport.
If you make us the right offer, we might give you a listening ear, but probably not.
We're now a cornhole bag retailer.
Konner, dude, don't spoil the whole thing.
Oh my gosh, that wasn't public yet. Dang it.
That was my later announcement.
Cornholes and coffee.
Foundation bags.
Yep. All right. So we'll start with courses. There's 17,000 plus courses worldwide now, 17,287. What I'm going to do in this segment is mainly just compare the numbers to last year.
I think that's a smart idea, Hunter.
Because when they released it, they released the growth report more for you as someone at home to take this to your local parks department and be like, hey, this is all the stats and everything about disc golf and why we should have a course here. And so they have a lot of information that's like, it's not really to say, is disc golf still growing or not? Because they think that's kind of a silly question because, of course, it is. So instead, it's more just like, hey, this is how much disc golf has grown. This is all like... So for us, disc golfers, I think what's most interesting is like, okay, well, how much did it grow year over year? So...
By the way, all the UDisc guys are awesome.
They are.
They're so nice.
So 1,138 courses went in last year. So 1,138 courses went in, which now makes 17,287 courses worldwide. 3 new courses opened per day in 2025.
It's pretty awesome.
Which is crazy. So there are now 500 million people that live within 10 kilometers, which is 6.2 miles of a disc golf course.
That's a hop and a skip.
That's crazy.
Like that's an amazing stat.
There's in the U.S. there's 11,165 disc golf courses. There's only 10,014 Dunkin' Donuts, 8,400 Taco Bells, and 7,700 Domino's.
That just puts it into perspective right there, because like if you said to me like you got to find a Taco Bell, like Taco Bell really stands out to me because like I feel like that's one of the more readily available fast food restaurants. Like I could be like, yeah, anywhere I am, I can find a Taco Bell within a couple like 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But a disc golf course is so much more likely.
That's actually
insane.
Crazy.
Like,
what's
so crazy?
Basically 3,000 more disc golf courses. I mean, if you look at this map in the U.S.,
it's so saturated. Yeah.
Unless you're in the like upper Midwest where no one lives right there.
Yeah. Sorry, I was insensitive of us.
Then everywhere else is fully greened up.
What's like the upper Midwest portion? Like what is? What are we talking?
Where are we talking?
That would be like North, South Dakota,
like north of Montana,
Wyoming.
Like I literally think no one. I think that's literally
like,
no one lives there.
That's like cattle land.
It's like when we were driving on the West Coast tour, and you would just drive for hours and be like, next gas station in 70 miles.
Yeah,
and you're just like, well, here we go.
You are like. If you're East Coast, like basically the entire right half of the country,
basically if you live somewhere,
you are like all over.
Yeah, if you're wondering why the Disc Golf Pro Tour schedule looks like it does, just go to the growth report and look at the map and say,
because it's way heavier on the east. You saying?
Yeah, you got the West Coast little line, and then it's like kind of like speckled, and then you can't really see land from the Mississippi River over. You can't see land.
I mean, yeah, and especially if you're like in that Ohio, like Chicago, like that area, that is like so saturated. It's crazy.
So last year, 2025's growth report.
I said Chicago, Illinois.
Reported 20.1 million rounds played on UDisc. Last year, there was 21.2 million rounds played. So a growth of 1.1 million year over year rounds played.
Just on the UDisc.
Just on the UDisc app, which there were some people who there's always going to be naysayers that were like, oh, that just says UDisc is getting more popular within disc golf. It's the best data we have.
Yeah.
We don't.
And I would argue that
that could be true.
There are people that might even discontinue using UDisc. Like that can go both ways.
Yeah.
True.
Because I wish because they gave us 1.26 million players use the app in 2024. I need to text someone from UDisc because I don't have that number this year. Like, hey, what is the number of users this year? Because they didn't include that in the growth report. Again, because this growth report isn't look how big UDisc is.
Yeah, and
this is how big disc golf is.
I would argue that the idea that there's like this huge group of people that 1 year versus another just decide to use UDisc.
Oh, here we go. More than 2 million disc golfers find courses, keep score, and document their journey on the UDisc app.
That's a
growth of over 800,000 users.
But that's what I'm trying to say is because they have new users, getting the UDisc app is at the very top of the funnel. Like if you go to play disc golf, for me, it probably only took me a couple times to go, I want to keep score. For a lot of people, it might be the very first time. Mm-hmm. And then what do we do nowadays? They're not the course that I grew up going to actually had paper scorecard for you to take.
That's awesome.
UDisc was in beta. But in today's era, the first thing you're going to do is search disc golf scorecard, and then there it is.
Well, even much simpler than that, I want to go play disc golf. Oh, this was fun. I wonder if there's any other courses near me.
Right.
And I just go onto Google. Let me just see if I search disc golf courses
near me.
I'd assume UDisc is going to be number one. I mean, obviously there's the map. Yeah, UDisc, your guide to disc golf in Forest, Virginia.
Right.
And then they're all basically all
they're
UDisc.
At the top of the funnel.
Because we have shout out to our Parks and Rec department, Lynchburg Tourism, where to disc golf in Lynchburg, Bedford County, disc golf Bedford County. I don't think many Parks and Rec department have those pages.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. But your guide to disc golf in Forest, Virginia, the UDisc blog is gonna be right there. So I think that's it is the best data we have, because also you have to factor we just went disc golfing with a couple from our church yesterday. And they've been playing disc golf for about a year. Okay. But they're still they use it because basically it's more fun than just going for a walk, and they like to take their dog with them.
Yeah.
So they had 4 discs.
Yeah.
They each had a driver and a putter, and that was it.
There are still a lot of people that do.
How many? Because they would never use UDisc.
Yeah.
There's no reason for them to. They're keeping score in their head. They're playing Peaksview Park in Tenbrook, and they have a blast. Now that we're friends with them and that we're gonna go play disc golf with them, they'll probably start using UDisc here pretty soon, because they'll have a bag and who knows how soon. That's just kind of once you meet someone who's addicted to disc golf, you get addicted to disc golf. So
because it kind of opens your eyes to you can have this and use that.
Exactly. But regardless,
so it's a great way to make them stop having fun while playing.
Exactly. That's my goal. That's
hey, this thing you really enjoy, I'm gonna make it to where you get frustrated every time you throw a disc.
That's why I was trying not to give them advice, because if someone asks me for advice, I'm gonna give it, but I'm I don't want you thinking about your form. You're just stepping up and slinging it, and you're having a great time.
Yeah.
So on hole 16, the wife of the couple was like, "Hey, can you give me some putting tips?" And I was like, "I don't know if you want me to, because the second you start thinking while you're putting, it's going to become frustrating." So I just told her, I was like, well, look, let's just start here. Just pick a single chain link and then just do whatever feels natural to hit it. And she's like, okay. And I could see it in her eyes. That didn't satisfy. She wanted to why is your arm straight and my arm's she wanted to teach me how to push putt. And I was like, I don't think you want me to do that. Anyways, but how many of those people are out there that don't use UDisc, don't know the Pro Tour exists, don't know anything? They're just went to a park, we're walking, oh, this looks like a fun sport. Let's go to our local Dick's Sporting Goods, grab 3 end of a disc and get out there.
Yeah.
And it's we have no data on those people. So we have data on the next step, which is, what other disc golf courses are near me? What's this UDisc thing? I'm going to download this app.
Which a lot of times UDisc will even, like, pretty much every course in our area, they have a QR code right there on the first tee. Want to keep score? Here you go.
So I feel like it's our best thing we've got, and it's
certainly not
grew
bad.
Like crazy.
Yeah, it's certainly like if you want to argue that it's stagnant, I guess knock yourself out. But you definitely can't argue that the sport is decreasing.
No. When did UDisc start? Like when did it become like readily available?
Like I said, I started playing disc golf in 2013, and my dad's Facebook, you can find screenshots of like the early versions of UDisc, and like it looked ridiculous.
Because I definitely didn't use UDisc for a while.
No, I started in 2015, and I kept score on Disc Golf Course Review for the first like a little bit, but I found UDisc pretty soon after.
You could download it in like 2013 or 14, but like I said, it was rudimentary, and I don't even know that it had a course database at that point.
No.
Okay.
It did have like... We had the name.
2012. They started in 2012.
Okay. So yeah, we were about a year after it came out, I guess. I mean, it looked.
I didn't start using it until it was like you could actually like select your course.
Yeah,
and,
2012. It was just from Minnesota.
My gosh, that old logo. Yeah, they started as this is the one I remember.
Yeah, that's when I first downloaded it.
It was just a database.
Wait, I gotta
for
see.
Minnesota disc golf courses where they started. That's
what do I search to find what you guys are looking at?
Just search UDisc Cheers to a Decade of Disc Golf.
They just have some old logos.
They just like they have their like. It's been a decade.
Yeah, because I feel like that nostalgia will will get me.
Yeah, I found it. I probably started using UDisc around 2015, 2016. Actually, I've used the same account this whole time. I wonder if it'll tell me.
Yeah, 2013 is the one I remember. I remember the 2013 one.
Yeah, that 2013 one is iconic.
Do y'all remember the 2012 one?
No.
Okay.
That was
I was about to say I don't recognize that.
Yeah,
I don't recognize that.
Can I see I wonder if I can see. Yeah, member since July 2015.
Yeah, my account.
So I started disc golf in February of 2015. So yeah, like a few months after.
When I first started playing, I couldn't drive, so my dad always he was always with me and would keep score. So like my account probably wasn't created until I was able to drive.
Yeah.
Where does it say that?
On like my profile.
That's funny. Literally May of 2015, which had been when I was getting my license. So like when I started being able to drive myself, but also like I said, like we kept score on paper for the first I don't know how many months because they had paper scorecards at our course just in a box.
Well,
That's funny.
Now you know that we're all old. All right. Before we get into the fan favorite segment of Trevor's Trivia, I want to tell you anyone within the sound of my voice that lives close to Virginia
or far,
if you can fly, we got an airport.
Do you like majors?
Major Disc Golf is returning to our backyard.
I'm so
in
excited.
Just a few weeks, literally like 2.5 weeks. Champions Cup will be here at New London. So if you live anywhere close, you need to be here. It's going to be one of the most exciting majors of the year as Champion Cups returns to the woods where it belongs. Plus, it's one of the best events to bring your family to, as we're going to have the Foundation Family Zone open from 10 to 2 every day at the course. There's going to be a rock climbing wall, obstacle course, and you'll be able to dunk some of us in the dunk tank.
I think we're going to need to put up, we're going to need to each time trial the obstacle course and have like a leaderboard, and some people can like have some like scrappy 10-year-old just dust us all.
Absolutely.
Because like those things were not built for men of our stature.
No.
Not at all.
Links in the description, but you can go to tickets.letshowevents.com
It's going to be so much
and
fun,
find
guys.
the tickets to the 2026 PDGA Champions Cup. The first major of the year.
4 rounds at New London for a major is just an awesome thing.
It's gonna be crazy.
Like it's gonna rock.
They I was about to say something that I don't think they've actually announced.
I'm really hoping I learned something about how to play that course.
The fan experience is gonna be awesome this year. They're gonna still have that hub where, like I said, the family zone's gonna be. They're gonna have I'm sure the like big TV, the bleachers, all of that stuff, and they're reworking the course a little bit to make it a little more spectator friendly.
Yes.
So very excited for this major. And yeah, like I said, it's in our backyard. So if you want to come see you can play all the foundation courses other than New London. Obviously, there's a major going on there, but you can play all the ones in the area. Stop by our store. We'll be vending out at the course. Say what's up to all of us. It's going to be a great, great time. So we'll see you in April 9th through the 12th. Get your tickets today. All right, time for the fan favorite segment, Trevor's Trivia, right after these messages.
What's this dunk tank thing?
I'm so excited. We're going to be sitting in a dunk
So
tank.
a dunk tank.
That's fun. Who's we?
You sit above the
We'll
water.
just take shifts.
And
Am I one of those people?
you're not required to.
Oh.
But I would greatly like you to be.
Okay, yeah.
Well, the dunk tank thing is so...
I'm not going to make anyone.
I want you to tell me you want me to.
I
Then I'll
want
do
you
it.
to.
The
I'll
funniest
absolutely
part
do
of the
it then.
dunk tank is it is just random draw based on the weather.
Well, I'm a hope.
It could be a great time or miserable.
True. That's a good point.
I'm going to test it, but I'm assuming we'll be able to get it to trigger with discs.
Oh, yeah.
Because that'd be way more
Yeah,
fun
if you just
than
throw
a
putt,
baseball.
It'd be like a putt, probably.
Well, why can't they throw a forehand at it?
Well, I just don't know if it'll break it. Like if
How would it break it? They're throwing baseballs hard at it.
That is a
the
good
baseball's
point.
round, this or like they like have an edge to them.
But like
Like the tarp.
I think it's just like a metal.
just a dunk tank.
I think it's like a
person
steel
company.
plate.
No, question, not
Yeah,
for
say
me.
it's
Like
I'm
steel
pretty
plate.
sure it's like a steel plate.
no, the thing you're hitting to trigger it. No, the behind it like tarp.
It's a tarp.
Once again,
Oh, the tarp.
Surely
it's the
a
rental
disc would
people
do less
who
than a
they are the ones
baseball.
that like plan all this out and might say you literally cannot use a different object.
Oh yeah.
But it would work for sure.
Yeah.
And it would be way more cool to do at a disc
And it
golf
should do
event.
less damage.
Although I do wonder if the disc, like those balls are typically have some good like weight.
That's I don't know if it would trigger it.
So yeah, a disc you might have
Yeah.
to rip it pretty good. It is kind of a hair trigger though, because usually
That's what I was saying.
sometimes a little kid. We had ones growing up where like if a little kid hit too close to it, it would still trigger it. It would.
That's-
Oh, really?
miss.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
I've never sat in a dunk tank though. Y'all?
I feel like I remember
No.
I feel like I remember the
Same.
opposite. I feel like I remember you like hitting the edge of it and
it's
not
probably
I think
just
that you
how
can-
adjusted.
I think it's kind of like how those fair games work.
Yeah.
where
I
they
think you
kinda
can adjust
sketch.
it. I think you can adjust
Oh,
it.
we got to
Okay,
make it
okay,
extra
okay.
sensitive.
No,
but yeah, if
we're
it's
gonna
like
make it
80
extra
degrees, it'd be great. But if it's 40 and raining, that'd be something.
Yeah. but,
Hypothermia.
hey, put us in the dunk tank, baby.
Please. Or even, I guess if the water ends up being warmer than the air, you might be like, just dunk me, please. I need to get back in there.
Yeah.
All right.
And then no towels allowed. We're walking around.
Okay.
That's a joke.
Trivia day. We're playing bowl. This time we're gonna give
Bull.
we're gonna give Konner a teammate though. So Silas, you can be on his team.
Thank you.
Silas, have you know what this game is? Have you?
No.
I don't
Okay.
remember what this game is.
So I'm gonna name
bull
a.
Oh.
I'm gonna name like a prompt.
that's wrong.
Yeah.
Kind of. So I'm gonna name a prompt. I'll just give you an example. That's
Truth or
not,
lie?
Not quite. So the prompt would be, for example, mid ranges from Discmania,
I can name 35.
and then it would start with
Please
Hunter
don't say bull.
saying
Bull.
I can name this many, and then you have the option of either saying bull, and then he has 20 seconds. That's the time limit to name
Okay.
them. Or you can up the number. You can up it by 1, or you can up it by 10. Like you can get as aggressive as you want. But then if you actually, once somebody calls bull, that person has to do it to gain a point. Or if they can't, the other person gets the point.
Ooh,
So
I
it's
like
kind of a little
this.
bit of a bluff game
Yeah, it's fun.
It's very
I
difficult.
still don't know why it's called bowl, but
because
you're saying bull, you can't do that. Like
You
bull
can't-
crap.
Yeah, you're
I was making a joke. I said bowl.
understand.
No. I just
Yeah,
thought,
just a
I
little
was like,
joke for
Konner,
you.
how do you not get
Yeah,
why it's
you
called
then
that?
have 10 seconds to name as many different kinds of cows as you can.
Yep.
Bull.
What is bull short for?
He just told you.
Come
Bull
on.
crap. Okay, you have
I don't get it.
20 seconds, so that's a time
I
limit.
can never tell when he's doing a bit and when he's just being.
I know. He's like the one guy in this office that just always is just like lying.
Yeah, Con, you lie
That's
so
All right,
much.
so we'll start with team Psychonic over there.
What up,
Love
Psychonic?
The first prompt
Buy your merch
is
now.
Discraft.
We're not shadow banned like other people.
Yeah, what the heck? Flufftown merch.
You know what? That's a good point. We should ask the people who can't find the Flufftown if they can find any other merch.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Buy the
Tyler,
Flufftown
get on
merch.
that.
Flufftown's been shadow banned on our website.
It's not been.
Thank you, Hunter.
You can go check it out. Go see for yourself.
Discraft
See if you can
sponsored
find it.
players is the first prompt.
Discraft
So
sponsored
you guys
players.
need to.
Oh, Con.
I feel like the way you should.
So we can work between the two of us?
Yeah, basically
Con,
like
10.
within the time
Silas,
limit,
calm down.
you guys can both like give an answer and it counts.
Okay, so we can just kind of rattle off.
Yeah. So, yeah, it'll be.
How many seconds do we have?
It's 20 seconds.
20 seconds. Silas
I
said
feel like 10. Yeah.
Okay, it's 10.
I'm gonna say bull.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, ready?
Silas.
3, 2, 1, go.
Paul Macbeth. Aaron Gossage.
nah.
Adam Hammers.
Aaron's not with
Oh
them
yeah, not
anymore?
anymore.
Oh,
Ricky
okay.
Wysocki. Anthony Barella.
He said he was.
Pop off,
Okay, you're
Cy.
at 4.
Paige Pierce. Holland Hanley.
Let's go, Cy. How many is that?
6.
Oh, shoot.
And you lose.
Oh,
That was 20 seconds? Holy cow, that was fast.
that was quick.
He missed.
This is calibration.
Luke Taylor, Chris Dickerson.
10 was like was
10's a lot.
doable, but that's a big number. You just have to think.
I said bull mainly because like I think I could have gotten to maybe 12.
The time
but that would have been so many.
But it's just time frame.
All
right,
I was rolling with Cy though.
Okay.
Cy, you know I roll with you.
Next, we're going with
Ezra Ader.
Also, I'll just mention
Ezra
this.
Robinson.
It is
Ezra Robinson.
advantageous to you to answer or call bull very quickly because you're giving them more time to think.
Yeah.
Okay. Dynamic discs putters. Hunter.
5.
Bull. Let's just go, Cy.
Okay, go.
All right.
Only dynamic? Frick. Judge, warden, deputy, suspect.
That's a mid-range.
Definitely not.
We'll go look over.
Jury, EMAC judge.
Okay.
Safe.
Well, you got okay. I'm pretty.
That's
sure.
what whenever
Suspect, I think is a
the same
4-speed.
as a zone. A zone's a putter. It's a 4-speed.
Yeah, I think the suspect to me is always it's wider diameter.
It's just what they label it as.
Mid-range. But yeah, what do they actually
I
call
don't know.
It's a mid-range, slow mid-range.
I just think if a zone's a
Doesn't matter
zone's
anyways.
a putter,
I called bull on that just because it was only dynamic, and I can never think about which trilogy what part of trilogy is this.
No, I had Swan come through my head. I had Harp come
the
through my
only
head.
other one you missed
Maiden.
You missed guard and marshal, but beyond that.
But that was close. That was not a bad bull pull.
It was a very smart play to go with the EMAC judge. You even could have taken Supreme Judge because I think that's a different mold too. Okay.
Look, I didn't think of EMAC judge until I said jury, and for some reason when I said jury, I was like, "Oh, EMAC judge."
Smart play. Okay,
I snuck in there.
I don't regret my decision.
2-0 to Hunt. Next, we've got states where the disc golf pro tour will be this year, including majors.
Oh, gosh.
No, like I'm not. I don't know, Zai. What? 2?
Oh.
Don't do
We
this.
could do
6.
We could do 5.
5? Oh, Hunter said 6. What do you think, Sai? We'll just name states, I guess.
He definitely can. I would say that's probably against the rules.
So I couldn't have just started naming players during the Discraft sponsored players
for Hunter.
I wouldn't have been able to just name players for Discraft sponsored players.
I guess you can. I guess that's part of your strategy then.
Yeah.
Just
but
take
you
that
can
into
name
account.
probably like 50 states in 20 seconds.
Well, that's part of your strategy then.
Part of the strategy.
I mean, you can reply. You don't have to let them go.
Well,
how many
did
you say?
They haven't called it.
How many did you say, Zai?
I said 6.
Y'all
said 2. I said 6.
Oh, we said 5.
Yeah, they said 5, 6. Okay, he says 6.
Zai, what's our
I
next
said
number?
2. I said 6.
Doesn't matter. 6 is the number right now.
Yeah, doesn't change.
Doesn't matter.
What do you want, Con?
You were the one that had heck of confidence. Let's say 7.
Bull.
How many? Oh, he's bullying. Okay. Bull, go.
I mean, you guys are just handing Hunter free points. Okay, go, Hunter.
Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Texas, Oregon, Illinois.
Yeah. I mean, guys,
What?
Well, I could have started going.
You guys could have just said every state. I literally put that on the table.
Yeah, I did think that was a crazy.
Silas,
rule.
you've been to all of them. Well, it was fair because
it was fair. They could have replied. They didn't.
I can't believe
I just
that.
like to be the underdog.
Well, you guys,
you're not.
You literally have to win all of the next 3 or you guys lose.
That's what Hunter said.
So start winning.
I do like being the underdog.
I just get 6.
Oh, we're planning for a comeback.
It needs to start now. Well, this one you guys have a distinct advantage on because I thought this one would be really funny if he gets it wrong. Molds currently in Konner's bag.
That's funny.
Con.
I don't even know how many molds I have. So like, what's the limit here?
7.
Okay, 7.
Well, and I can see his back. We can check this if we need to check it.
You got this.
I'll just say.
Of course, I've got it.
I mean, I'm gonna lose a point either way. So
what
I
if
might
he's
as well
Not
try to earn one.
necessarily.
What if he says a number and there's not that many molds in my bag?
I'll go 8.
Well, then he won't be able to name it.
We'll go 9.
Ooh, that's kind of tricky. I'm starting to wonder if he has 9 molds.
I can name all the molds. Well, yeah. What if there's not that many molds in my bag? That's
it's not individual discs. No, if
I know.
If
What if there's not many molds?
that means you won't be able to fulfill the number you put out, and you'll lose.
Well, then that kind of defeats the purpose of the game, though. Like,
no, you need to know how many molds are in
Well,
your
it
bag.
defeats the purpose
Hunter
of the
can
game
just-
when he said Konner's bag.
That's not true because it's funny if Konner literally says 9 and then loses.
we're gonna say 9. I don't even know if there's that many molds in my bag. Surely.
That's what. See what I
Surely.
mean? Like he
Surely.
might lose on this.
Oh. You got this, Con.
There's a lot of thinking going on now, so now you might have to reply, Hunter, and just send it. I don't know.
No, my only hope is to try to think through and do it myself. Because if I give it to them, they're gonna get it.
Yeah.
Because it's his bag.
Stop staring at my bag, Hunter.
I'm looking at it. If it's your
doesn't
bag,
reveal
I think
much
I can see it.
It doesn't reveal a whole lot of information, I can tell you
I
that.
feel like this is too much time because he can think through all the discs.
I'm thinking through every disc right
That's
now.
isn't that kind of against the defeats the purpose of the game?
I mean, I did give you guys
It's
a bit
your
of
bag.
Well, I'm just
it's
saying.
your bag.
I understand, but it does defeat the purpose of the game.
Using the defeat the purpose of the game for games I invent in about 10 minutes is not really like.
I'll
there-
just-
there's
No,
a-
I'm just saying.
just about every
the point
game,
is, can
I'll
you
just
think of it
say
on the
bull.
spot?
I'll just say
Okay.
bull.
All right.
9.
There's not a time
Okay.
limit on how long you
And
give an
go.
answer.
Wizard, Shaman OS, and then the Zone OS, the Rock 3, the New Wa, the Passion, the Hunterbird, the Firebird, the Aura.
Okay.
How many?
The Shaman OS isn't a mole.
I let him get a 10 for that reason.
Yeah.
He said 10.
No, he said 9.
I said
Oh,
9.
9.
He said 9. I was saying you
It was
did
9. You said
only had 3
8.
seconds to spare, though. That was close.
I thought for sure he said 10.
That was close. All right, next one. Members of the 2014 Prodigy team. Some would say the greatest team of all time.
3.
Whose balls is?
I think it's Hunt's. Yeah, we went first that time.
yeah.
It's Hunter's.
Hunter goes first.
And I can just name players.
You can.
5.
6.
Okay, we'll do 6.
You have to win.
I'll go 7.
Okay, let's
8.
just call. Okay, 8.
Bull.
All right.
And go.
Jeremy Coling, Paige Pierce, Ricky
Juliana
Wysocki,
Paul Uleberg.
Saz, you said the
that was
number.
one. You got one.
Okay.
Kevin Jones.
Kevin Jones.
He wasn't on that team.
Ricky Wysocki.
I already said
I already
that.
said that.
Chris Dickerson.
He might have been on the team, but
James Conrad.
you guys lost.
Matteo.
Those are good pools. Well,
Don't think
Matteo
Conrad
was. Matteo was.
Matteo was. You already got like 5, 6.
Yeah.
Hunter wins.
That was respectable,
Nice.
Con.
Hunter wins. That team.
Good job, Hunt.
You
Who
guys
didn't
didn't name
miss?
Lil Shoestrick.
Shoestrick,
Or
Seppa
Nico.
Bayou,
Haven't gotten there yet.
Katrina
I forgot
Allen.
they existed.
They got a few of the random ones though.
I don't. Yeah, because I said what did I say 6.
Because you could have named. So you guys had.
I would have gotten
Yoli,
like 5 confidently,
Yoli,
and then past that I was
Coling,
just spamming players.
Paige, Sarah Hokum, Kat,
Got that one.
Will Shoestrick, Nico LaCastro, Ricky
Seppo.
Wysocki, Seppo. So I could have gotten 9, but this is with me not under the gun either, where my
Mhm.
brain turns
Yeah.
to mush. I don't know if
Different
there's
game.
I don't know if there's another.
You're just
one.
speaking.
There's got to be another.
Well, I'm sure there was more,
There was
but
more.
like those were like the ones that were. Like,
Oh, was Feldberg dirty on that team?
I don't think so.
I can't remember.
I only remember because they all did really high produced in the bags, and so everybody I just named I think had one of those.
Yeah.
And that was pinnacle in the bag content
Kale LaVisca.
at the time. He was probably on.
He might
that
have still been
team.
on Discraft at that point.
Tough to say. I can't remember. Him and Dickerson, I can't remember if they were on that original roster.
I don't
He was
think
on
Dickerson
Discraft?
was yet because I don't think Dickerson was
Yeah.
even playing disc golf in 2014.
Yeah, I don't know that he was either.
I think
he
he
probably was not on that like main team that I'm referring to.
his first PDGA season was 2013, and he played 2 tournaments. 2014, 2014, he had just started playing MPO in 2014. So I'd be surprised if he was on that tournament because he wasn't even cashing at some MPO
Did we say
events.
Seppo?
No. Well, I said it.
Okay.
I think I said it after y'all.
No, I mean, like, did we as a group?
Yes, we as a
Yeah.
group mentioned Seppo.
Was KJ on Prodigy for a while?
KJ was on Pro Discus.
He was
No,
Pro
sorry. No,
Discus.
KJ Nibo.
Nibo. I don't think
The
so.
real
He was Innova.
KJ.
He was on Innova.
He was on it.
I know he was on Innova. I just,
He was
for
there
some
for
reason.
a while.
I don't think he was ever.
It's not
on Prodigy.
impossible to say he could have been.
Mhm.
But I don't know.
No, Nibo.
There was a lot of people that floated through Prodigy.
I love KJ Nibo. Them
No,
swirly
yeah, there's just
T-birds.
coverage of him.
Was that his real name?
KJ Nibo. He was.
That was
that
like
was his
Carl
government name?
Carl Johansson or something. He was
Oh,
Danish.
okay.
Is that what he was? Danish?
Mhm.
I thought he was. Seppo was Swedish or Finnish?
Finnish. I
He
believe.
is Finnish.
He still is.
He's Finnish.
Whenever he was alive.
I think Seppo's like my age.
Seppo
Maybe a
Pyle.
little older. Fandom survey. We
How
kinda
are they
covered
still
this.
rolling out the Fandom?
Well, this came out like 2 weeks ago. I just
But
haven't had a
even
chance to cover
still,
it.
like,
Yeah, but was
I'm
the
impressed.
results from 2 years ago?
So this is disc golf purchasing trends. Which players are the most popular Tour Series discs?
Because so far with all of these, we go, oh, maybe it's because of this. And we're like, wait, that didn't happen yet.
So this is what manufacturers do you currently have in your bag So this is an interesting, different look at like the best selling. Innova 75%.
When were the results from? Like when was this taken?
2025.
2025.
All
okay.
this survey does with the disc stuff is make me realize how little of the Innova market we have.
Yeah.
Because like it makes it like Innova is alive and well.
Well, you also got to think though, like how many people are bagging old Innova?
What do you mean?
Like just because you have Innova in your bag doesn't mean you bought it within the last 5 years.
They got Foxes and Hawks.
Like
Yeah,
Konner's probably has rocks in his bag that he's had for.
Yeah.
And you know,
True.
maybe my take itself may be a little bit out of touch because like a lot of the group disc golf experience I was having was around the COVID time, like closer to COVID. Like even now, like although we just had a lot of people playing disc golf that I
bet most of them had at least a Innova disc.
Yeah, I mean, probably. I wasn't really paying much attention, but I'm probably.
That's what you also got to think is it's not how like it's not making up 75% of people's bags. It's just like, I got a Destroyer.
It's just, I guess, that's our sales in general.
Yeah.
Like our company does not move a ton of Innova plastic.
68% Discraft, 60% MVP, 47% Axiom, 47% Latitude 64. How about that? That one surprised me. 46% said they have some Discmania, and then there's the big drop down to 29% Dynamic, 27% Castaplast. The bottom of the table, we have 3.3% Climo, 3.4% Doomsday.
I think
3.5% RPM.
Gateway?
What's
Gateway not even on there?
that list
Gateway is
to me-
8.4%.
Oh, let's go. Get wrecked, RPM.
I would say I'm surprised that like Infinite, for example, I feel like those molds, that is a mold that I do feel like is pretty popular. And especially in this survey that reflects a lot of Discmania and Innova popularity, I'm surprised like they're like that far behind West Side, for example.
West Side?
Like that kind of surprises me a little
West Side has the harp, at least.
bit. Nobody throws
What's the most embarrassing one considering
23.8% people throw on West Side.
What would you say is the most embarrassing one, Hunter? Considering how successful the company should be.
Most embarrassing?
Weird
What
place
does
to put
that
you
mean?
in.
What does that even mean?
I don't
Like,
know that any of them are
Like
embarrassing.
if this company has been around a while and they should be successful, but nobody
I
throws
would
them.
say a company that probably
should be doing better than they are.
should have more of the market share.
I don't know. Just poking.
I mean, I feel like
it's pretty accurate.
I don't know. I think Dynamic should have a bigger lead on West Side.
There you go.
Like 29%.
Yeah, the
for Dynamic,
West Side one is the
23%
most surprising
West
one
Side.
on there. I'm surprised
That is really
that number
interesting.
is that high. Above Prodigy, like that.
What?
far
Okay.
above
What
some
West
of the other-
Side? What West Side disc is getting them in there? Like, what are some popular West Side
Well,
discs?
the harp is
The harp.
The harp.
probably
Yeah, the
most
harp is a big
popular.
one.
They've been doing some new stuff. Like I've thrown.
The Bard, I think.
The Bear,
They got the Anvil,
the Bear,
the
West Side?
Northman,
the King.
Some people
The
really like
King.
the.
I hear a lot of
the World.
people
what's
liking the King.
What's the disc that like just came out recently? The Driver. Is it a Prince?
I know the
They did just come out with that, didn't they?
I don't
They
know.
also have that Tursus. People like the Tursus.
Maid,
flippy.
the
The Swan Reborn
Maiden.
V2.
Maiden.
They got a lot of good molds.
Oh no,
the
here you go,
Crown.
Trev. This one's more.
Crown.
So this is what I was talking about. Which of these manufacturers' discs have you purchased in the past year? 63% have purchased an Innova disc.
Yeah, no, Innova is alive and well. It's just they're not buying from our site.
58% MVP, 57.9% Discraft. So MVP beat out Discraft by 4 votes. And then 48% Axiom, 41% Latitude. I'll be really curious to see that Latitude number after a year without Kristen.
And the West Side,
like the year without a Santa Claus.
The West Side Infinite gap is a lot smaller. On this.
I would like to
That makes
see.
sense to me.
What I would like to see from this is I would like to see the results from how long you've been playing disc golf to what your bag looks like. Is that
I
on
got
here?
this right here.
Okay.
So pre-2010, 81% are still bagging Innova.
Okay, this is what I want to see.
69% are bagging Discraft, 54% are bagging MVP, 41% Latitude 64, 39% Axiom. If you started playing disc golf in 2023 to 2025,
Because this is what I'm thinking, the reason why we don't see as much Innova sales, because I'm wondering if this is just my hypothesis.
I can't wait to hear.
This is my hypothesis. I'm sure I'm wrong, but this is my hypothesis.
Probably not.
Is I think that we get a lot of new disc golfers, probably because we get a lot of our customers from
That's a
YouTube
completely accurate
and such.
statement.
And I feel like newer disc golfers would be a little bit more hype about the Discraft, gyro, all that different stuff. Nice. Not as much about the Innova. So that's my hypothesis. I'm excited to see what happens.
So the people that have started playing in 2023, 2025, number one is Innova.
What is interesting is you look at everything.
Now, Discraft's at 69%, so it's right behind. It's a much closer gap.
So it doesn't explain
it.
But
gap drops 11% though.
But Innova is still the number one most
but
bagged.
it is.
And like these are people that just
of every other brand, like most of them increase slightly.
Yeah.
Like,
but still, that's people who could be just getting into it from friends who had been playing since 2010.
True.
What we need to see is people who got into it from YouTube videos.
You know what's interesting? No, okay. This is actually interesting, kind of to your point with Innova. I wonder, because this is have you purchased and what's in your bag ultimately. And I do think that one thing about Innova Plastic is they find very tough to replace spots in your bags with like only a couple key molds though. Like a lot of people will have a Destroyer or two, a Firebird.
I do want to know what those discs are.
Where and that's kind of like, if you look at MVP and Discraft, they are pushing and marketing new plastics super hard and making it seem like an essential part of your lineup like every other day. Whereas, so I wonder if like, because for example, to your point, I wouldn't consider myself these days a guy who is always throwing the latest Innova. But if you ask me at any given time, is there Innova in your bag? Yes.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
I do feel like sometimes these charts, now the purchase is what it is. But like sometimes like the what's in your bag currently, like I could have a Destroyer that's been in my bag for 10 years.
That's what I'm saying.
It doesn't mean that I'm like the big Innova guy. It just means that they have good molds and they stick around.
That's what I'm saying is I think you'd be pretty hard pressed to go to a course and find a bag that's full. So not just like a random like use, and like there's not a end of a disc in there.
And I feel like manufacturer specific bags are so rare these days.
They are.
That was when I was playing. Everybody did that.
Because everyone thought that you could get sponsored.
Yeah,
at least in my head.
I mean, you wanted to be like the sponsored people.
Be like the sponsored people. But like it was like, oh, who do you throw? Like, I throw all a lot of. That's just so funny. Like
no, you're so right.
I couldn't imagine,
what company do you throw?
I couldn't imagine doing disc golf
honestly,
that way anymore, and that's how everybody used to do it.
I think that a big reason it's not that way, I could be wrong here, but I feel like a big reason is you have the pros
and they've all moved around
that now have moved around a bunch, but also seem more unattainable because you now have this another layer, which is content creators.
Yeah,
that are like people who throw closer to you, like are us, Jay Millie, Broderick, Bedanza, which Bedanza will beat the pants off all of our listeners. But I mean, still, like you see players like that, and pretty much all of them are open bag. I mean, even Jay Millie's sponsored by Discmania, but he's a mixed bag.
Yeah.
So when we got in, if you were watching and consuming content, it was pros, and all the pros were one manufacturer bag. The Drew Gibsons didn't exist.
Yeah.
So it was just like, oh, I'm gonna bag all Innova because my favorite player bags all Innova. There wasn't like you weren't consuming content of people that had mixed bags.
Yeah, and I think part of it too, like when it was definitely the pro influence was 100% the reason I did it. Like I wanted to have a bag that looked like Paul's or Climo's. But I also think like when you first get into disc golf, it's so overwhelming that it was a little bit easier to stick to a brand because it was like, I'm going to stick here, explore all this first. But I do remember like that first Christmas where like I literally tried to get a disc from each manufacturer. It's like, oh, what's this new MVP? Like I would get one of their, because I was like, what's going on? Like, what is everybody else making? But there is so many molds within each brand that it's like, it is actually, in fact, honestly, I mean, I always encourage people to just throw whatever, but like if somebody was like getting into disc golf and they wanted to be competitive and they were like worried about getting overwhelmed, like, I mean, yeah, just throw Innova. Like just stick to the Innova stuff first. Find what you like because you're gonna find something you like in there.
I still remember the one day I accidentally bought a Buzz out of the U section.
Accidentally? It was like a custom
it was a X out, like whatever they called that, and so it just the stamp was just like the bunch of X's or whatever. And I think the guy said to me like this was like a super straight mid range or something, and I was like, oh, okay, because like I didn't really care about any other discs. I only threw Innova mainly. I was probably like 75% old Discmania was my bag, but that's because I really liked Dana Vici. So I don't know, which is so random.
Is your like whole bag Climo now?
Yeah, my whole bag's Climo now. But the guy at Played Again in Charlotte told me that this was like a super straight disc, but didn't tell me it was a Buzz. And so I bought it and then like got into the car and realized it was a Buzz, and so I didn't put it in my bag. It just became my girlfriend's disc. So whenever I played disc golf with Gabby, I'd let her use it. That's the one that killed the fish.
All right, we got another thing here, which is which of the following players have you purchased a tour, signature, or commemorative disc in the past year? Number 1, Simon Lizotte, 25%. Number 2, Kristen Lott, 21%.
That number's going to be really interesting.
That's what I'm saying. Because according to Gary and who else was it that had the awful take? Was it Gary and Hannah on?
I don't know if Hannah was part of that.
It was Gary and someone on debate night that this number is going to be the exact same this year.
Should be.
They thought I was crazy to say that because she retired from playing, her tour series and commemorative discs from her wins on tour would go down.
Well, yeah.
What are we talking about?
They might just,
still
to be fair, and this would be a valid claim, it has to go down because they will make less discs with her name on it.
True.
Just because she won't have commemorative victory ones.
That's what the frick I was saying.
Yeah.
And they were arguing against me.
But I think you and I would also argue that even if they had just as many, they'd sell worse.
Yeah, I would.
So like,
because
the problem is we're not even going to get the perfect data because they're going to make.
But
way less
it was just funny to me because I mean, yeah, what are we thinking there? Anyways, 21%.
Hunter's right. You're wrong.
In second, so it'll be interesting to see where Kristen drops to, because she's still with Latitude, and so she's still like a brand ambassador of some type. But how many discs will they make her? Is the real question.
I mean, they'll
and then
try.
How will those discs sell? Because, like, obviously, they'll still sell somewhat to the people who've been watching disc golf for a while, but the newer fans won't care who Kristen is.
Two-time commentator.
Paul Macbeth is third on the list. Calvin Heimberg fourth. Eagle McMahon fifth.
That's the MVP.
Very surprising.
I think that's just like, I mean, I think Eagle still has a following, but I think also having your name on brand new MVP molds probably helps.
Silva Saarinen after that, and then comes Anthony Barella.
Yeah.
Then Paige Pierce after that.
The fact that Calvin, signature's tough because AB has a Sagara, but like with Innova being such a big part of this survey,
Toro.
having the Toro / he also had that putter towards the end of last year.
Now,
do we ever hear anything about?
And
Sorry, I'll wait. I'll wait.
Halo Destroyers are so big.
I think down here we learn.
I'm waiting, Silas.
We learned something about this survey. Very important data point here. What brand of shoe do you typically wear?
Oh,
15% Adidas.
Innova.
15%
15
of players, in my opinion, were from the sport when Paul Macbeth was sponsored by Adidas.
Yeah, it's the same thing as Innova.
Because like
That's
you're not
like-
just stumbling into Adidas Terex, I feel like.
I think that's the default disc golf shoe.
We're wired to think that.
No, but because you see it, people wear them. So yes, like those people, like I think it has been passed on that a lot of people use Adidas because it started with Paul, but I think it's still living on from that influence.
Do any
what
pros
pops
use
up
Adidas
if I type in
anymore?
disc golf shoe on Google? What comes up?
I can't off the top. Paul went back to him for a stretch
For
of
a little
time.
bit.
But I've still seen him out there. I'm almost positive I have. I don't know.
I can't think of any.
I can't say that I pay attention to any of their shoes. I'm gonna be honest with you, and a lot of them are getting paid right now
That's
by
true.
Vessi. So
yeah.
it's also.
But I'm
hard to
saying the
know.
non-Vessies.
But
Vans is out there.
Now that one has become the new wave.
Yeah,
I will say that Vans right now is what Adidas
Nike,
was.
I feel like is very popular out there.
Who wears Nike?
Calvin and I've
Calvin
seen those
doesn't count.
Pegasus. A
Calvin
lot.
doesn't count because that frigger he's wearing.
But I've seen those Pegasus Trail Runners.
No, those are great. Those are great. It has gotten, but like,
Idio, obviously.
yeah, I have no. Honestly,
if I just type in on Google
some people
disc
have
golf
a barefoot
shoe,
sponsor.
this is hard to say because it's probably giving me results depending on websites I've been on as well. So, but my first thing that pops up is Vessi. Again, hard to say because I've been on Vessi's website on my phone. So who knows? So this actually isn't helpful.
I haven't been on Vessi's website on my computer. Let me see.
But
That's a good question.
But your Safari is still attached to your phone though.
Yeah,
Like your account.
Idio.
Well, Vessi's sponsored.
Yeah.
That's a sponsored result.
Okay.
That just means Vessi's paying for that.
Idio and the SEO Kings.
Idio's one.
Idio is
Merrill
up there.
two.
And then this.
Yeah, to your point, I mean, the Adidas thing, you would have to pull from.
And then this
seeing-
That's what I'm saying.
Personalized-
I think that this is like.
But what about this personalized low top disc golf sneaker though?
That's hype.
I just still.
I'm just
see that on
saying,
the screen.
based on the Innova-ness we saw, that you're like, these have to be older disc golfers. Adidas having 15% because Nike has. So Merrill's second at 11%. Nike's at 7%.
The Merrill thing almost enforces. it just
Merrill
as
makes
much.
perfect sense to me because that's a shoe I found when I got into disc golf.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's another like OG
That was like,
disc golf shoe.
but I'm saying I feel like if you're just like searching, trail running, whatever, like you're
how
gonna
do
land
they-
on Merrill Solomon.
How do they find out to search trail runner?
I'll say
though.
because
I don't know.
if that
Let me
is
just
the,
search trail running shoe.
that is the interesting thing about disc golf shoes because like we all now know that if we were just looking for a random disc golf shoe, we would start with Trail Runner.
Yeah,
but you have to.
But how do you get
knowledge.
that? Yeah, we probably got that just from Paul.
And I'm be honest, he kind of started.
No, because I was rocking Solomon's well before that.
Really?
Yeah.
Were they
just local
They
disc
were a
golfers.
trail runner.
Yeah.
I didn't own a disc golf shoe until the Terex craze.
I was rocking
my first disc
Solomon's
golf-
like 2 months in.
My first disc golf shoe was a New Balance trail runner, but I just went into
Paul was rocking New Balance for a minute
what's
there.
the shoe store?
I have them.
What's the big shoe store?
Yeah, that's right.
What's the big shoe store?
Shoe department?
No, the other one.
Payless?
The one that does buy one get one.
Shoe department?
All of them. All of them do buy one get one.
I can't remember.
Rack Room.
Rack Room
There it
shoes.
is,
Thank
Rack
you. Thank
Room.
you. I went into Rack Room shoes before college. So it was because whenever I got on the disc golf team, I was like, I need disc golf shoes now. And I just looked for shoes that had like toe protection and traction on the bottom. And there were these
I feel like
New Balance
I'm
trail
actually
runners.
so curious now. And I do think another thing interesting about there was the Terex craze, and then in the years
I got Terex after that.
since, like I feel like so many more companies started introducing trail runners, like it just because running and hiking became really big.
Outdoor sports became popular.
Yeah,
during
so I do
COVID.
think like we just saw Lululemon came out with one.
Yeah.
I remember when North Face came out with theirs, and we were looking at them. So I do think there's a lot more options out there for pros. But I actually kind of am curious now. I want to go through and look of every pro like in the top whatever that isn't sponsored, because quite a few of them are. What are they rocking these days? And the Vans are very popular. Very popular.
I had New Balance, and then I went to the Terex, but they were the big chunky Terex with like not just rubber, but like the plastic toe.
I had
they were
those
the bad ones.
suck.
Those are the ones Paul first pushed.
Yeah, that's why I got them.
Yeah.
They were the ones
They suck.
They're
They were
so
boots.
heavy. They're so heavy.
And they're so rigid.
yeah.
What's funny
No, there's
is
there's no
I had
squish
some-
to them
I had
at
some
all.
Very uncomfortable.
Then I went from
pairs of
those.
And I convinced myself I loved them.
Yeah,
I wore them for so long.
It wasn't until like I went to a different shoe and then went back to those. I was
Yeah.
like, what? I like wore them from mowing the yard, and I was like, why did I ever wear these?
Some of
They're
them
wooden
look sick.
clogs. Like they're literally wooden
They don't
clogs.
bend at all.
Yeah.
I don't know what the frick was wrong with those.
I then
'cause
wore,
I
like-
eventually found other Adidas trail runners.
Yeah.
That they were like
I
fine.
never even moved on other ones. I gave up. I wore these Columbia Trail Runners. Do you guys remember those? Those
Yeah.
black ones I had. I liked those.
Columbia's not on the list, but yeah, Vessi's taking 3.8% because like the people who advertise in disc golf hard right now are really what Vessi and Idio.
Yes.
Solomon and Merrill, they've always
Vivo has two. They got Eagle
That's
and
true.
Cole.
Solomon and Merrill have always like handed out coupons.
Yeah, Merrill though they are still.
But I don't think they.
I think they're handing out
do they?
shoes for like Ledgestone packages.
Yeah, but I'm saying, do they? They don't.
I don't know that if they have athletes. Oh, maybe Prez. I think Prez has been a
Maybe.
Merrill guy. I
Okay,
remember.
so Merrill
I
has
kinda think you might be right.
11.7% of the market. Then you like as far as people who are involved in it, Merrill, then Vessi's at 3.8, Vivo's at 3.7, Idio's at 3.3%.
It's a pretty good spread. I
So,
mean,
there you
shoes.
go.
People like to
Wait, what's
try
Vessi
new
at?
things.
Vessi's at 3.8%.
Okay, so they're all pretty close to each other.
They're all within like 2.5% each other.
I mean, Merrill is the one like Adidas and Nike are obviously just huge brands. Where like that is one thing about those brands is they have the power of people just recognition.
Yeah.
So Merrill is honestly
Yeah.
very impressive in the fact that they're not an Adidas Nike type brand. So it's almost like they have probably submitted themselves. Big
How did
time.
Vessi get into disc golf?
disc
Was it
golf
just
brand.
somebody at Vessi was interested in disc golf?
I think so.
Because Vessi, I heard of Vessi from Corridor Digital, because Corridor
Same.
Digital has been doing Vessi ad reads for years,
Yeah.
and so that's why whenever they first like reached out to us, I was like, "What? That's crazy."
No, I never watched Corridor.
Same.
I just heard of Vessi because I was like, holy freaking crap, these shoes are waterproof.
Yeah,
Because that was the one downside of all the trail runners I tried.
They were
Just
out,
Gore-Tex,
yeah.
because it's not,
it's a coating.
yeah, it's just not meant for what you put it through in disc golf.
Yeah,
At the end of the day. But yeah. Okay. I want to do this super fast. So I have a March Madness bracket. You can head over to Griplock's Instagram, and there's going to be a Google form to vote on all of the round one matchups.
Dang, that's a lot of work.
I'm going to do it. No, it's just going to type out 64
I
names.
guess it's not that bad.
No,
Google.
I hand wrote it first, so that was actually
That was
more work.
a ton of work.
So how I seeded these is
I was wondering.
based
I walked past
is
your
fun.
office and you had a pen out. I was wondering what you
how I
did.
seeded these is
He's
based
writing a
on
report card.
last year's sales data.
Okay.
As close as I could because I was in a little bit of a rush this morning. So I tried to basically I made sure all the popular ones got on here.
The regions are sick though.
So the top left region is going to be our putters. Then we have our mid ranges, top right, distance, bottom right, fairway, bottom left. So I'm just going to read you the matchups.
Okay.
And then we'll just kind of cruise through this. I'll read you the matchups. You can vote, and then next week we'll have a round of 32.
So are we gonna pick our wins like right now?
No.
Or no?
I'm just gonna let the people pick.
Okay.
We can fill out our prediction if we want.
Let's just read the matchups.
But I was just gonna read the matchups because I feel like if I do 32 games
That's
and we
a
pick a
lot.
winner, that's
That's
a
You
lot.
can't tell people you're winning because that's insider trading.
So the putter 1 versus 16 seed right off the bat. The Shaman versus the PA3.
oh, these are our discs.
These are foundation
It's just our
sales
sales.
data. So the Shaman, number 1 overall seed against the PA3. The 8-9 matchup is the Range versus the Glitch. I think that's going to be an interesting one. Then we have the number 4-13 matchup, the Zone versus the Pure. The Zone's going to be tough to beat in the putter bracket. It's going to be tough to beat. The 5-12 matchups, the Luna versus the Wizard. That's going to be an interesting one. The 6-11 Envy versus the Zone OS. The 3-14, the Zone SS versus the Proxy, which means we could have a Zone OS, Zone SS round 2 matchup.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
7-10 matchup, the Tempo and the Roach. And then the 2-15 matchup, the Cash versus the Berg.
Wow.
Oh, nightmare.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's the putters, 1 through
Nightmare
16 seed.
15 seed right there.
Let's get over to the mids here. The mids, again, this is based on our
all
sales,
over
and we
again.
have the Ace-a-thon. So number 1 overall seed's a little bit of a fraud,
Okay.
but hey, it's March Madness.
It was Disc of the Summer.
The Buzz SS versus the Malta is the 1 versus 16 seed over there.
The Malta.
Isn't that going to be wild?
We sold some Ezra.
The
Malta.
8-9 seed is the Detour versus the Rock 3.
Okay.
The 4-13 is the Melita versus the Mako 3. I think that one's going to be
Okay.
interesting. The 5-12 is the Hex versus the Meteor. 6-11 is the Balance versus the Rock. The 3-14 is the MD3 versus the Lobster.
Okay.
The 7-10 is the Fox versus the Buzz OS. And then the 2-15 is the Buzz versus the Soul.
That's a murder.
So then
Some
we
of those are murders. Like, what was the MD3 versus the Lobster?
Lobster. That could be interesting.
No, Lobster is getting cooked. It's
I
turning
hope
red.
so. I hope so. Fairways, we got the Thunderbird versus the Turbulence is the 1 versus 16.
Turbulence.
The 8-9, we got the
like one
Tilt
drop.
versus the FD. The 4-13, we got the Passion versus the Avenger SS.
Oh, get wrecked.
Oh,
The
my.
5-12, we've got, this is going to be an interesting one, the Cicada versus the Heat. Old school versus new school.
Whoa.
We've got the 6-11, the Crave versus the River. The 3-14, the Cigarra versus the Vulture. The 7-10, the Captain's Raptor versus the Diamond. I think they're being upset there.
That's
I think they're being
electric.
upset there. And the 2-15, this is going to be a really interesting one. The Firebird versus the Raptor.
Oh,
Wow.
That's how
wow. Raptor came in at 15 seed?
Yeah, it might have ended up being a little bit higher.
Did we sell custom Firebirds at all?
We did. The 100 bird.
The 100 bird. Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say, how the heck did that get 2 seed?
Okay, and then our distance driver side, the number 1 overall seed is the Wraith, paired up against the 16 seed, the Nuke SS. The 8-9 matchup is the Grace versus the Wave. If the Wraith loses the first round of the Nuke SS, that'd be one of the most shocking
I haven't
upsets.
heard the phrase Nuke SS in
I was
years.
blown away at how many discs it outsold.
Really?
It's legit. It was our 16 seed.
I mean, if
The 16
you're
best
an
distance
AM
driver.
and you're like, what is going to be the flippiest, fastest thing out there?
Yeah.
It's fun.
Easy to land on.
It's true.
The number 4 versus the 13 seed is the Scorch versus the Captain's Thrasher. I think that's going to be an interesting matchup.
Oh, man.
The 5-12 is the Gorgon versus the Zeus.
The Gorkon, never forget.
This one's
Should I bring it
hilarious.
back in? Should I bring it back in?
Yes.
The 6 versus the 11 is the Mamba versus the Hades. 2 sides of the same coin.
Whoa.
This is going to be a tough one to beat here. The 3 versus the 14. This is like the primetime matchup. The Trail versus the Time Lapse.
Whoa.
What are MVP people going to do there?
I don't know.
Do you like
'Cause
James Conrad or Simon more?
More people
The
throw
is
the
such a
trail.
wagon.
Yeah.
More people
Trail
throw the
is
trail.
such
Like you're going to vote
wagon.
against Simon
No,
Lizotte?
it's hard. That's hard.
Might.
7-10 is the Nuke versus the Thrasher. And then the 2 versus the 15 is the Destroyer versus the Photon.
Wow.
Let's predict our final 4. Just the final 4. So what's
I
the
think
number 1
there's a
putter
very
that's
large-
getting out? I think it's the Zone.
There's a very large possibility PA3 beats out Jean.
Well, this is our listeners, so yeah,
I
I
think
would
the
say
zone's
they're
getting
pretty
through there.
objective. I think it's going to be Zone.
I'm going Zone,
It's
Buzz.
Zone Buzz.
I'm going Zone, Buzz, Wraith, and
Gotta be passion.
Zone Buzz, Trail Passion.
I'm going Zone, Buzz, Wraith.
what speed is a trail?
Man, that's tough.
It's a
10.
I always think of it more as a fairway driver.
Zone
for some reason.
same. Zone Buzz, Trail Passion.
I would have categorized it as a fairway, but it's categorized as distance on our site.
Okay.
So I just left it. I'm going Zone, Buzz, Wraith.
Passion still has the though. Man, I'm gonna hope it does. The Passion's kind of.
This is a hard one to pick. I feel like I got to go Passion. I'm going Passion. The Wraith's more popular.
Oh.
Konner, what's your final four?
Yeah, Zone. I think I'm with you. Zone, Buzz, Passion. And then you think Wraith?
I said Wraith.
He said Wraith, I said
Trev
Trail.
said
That's
Trail.
been our only difference.
Trail, I could see pop. I think I'm going to differ from Hunter there and say Trail.
So we have the same one.
Oh,
Silas
do we all
Select Time.
have the same for all the rest of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Silas Select Time. Or Silas, do you have a final four?
Let's go. Yeah, I'm gonna say MD3 instead of Buzz, just to be different.
Okay.
Very.
And are you going Trail or Wraith?
No, I'm going Wraith.
Wraith.
I actually like that. Oh, I'm switching Buzz out for MD3. So that I can be different from.
Okay.
That way we all have different ones.
We all have slightly different
like
ones.
that.
There we go. Silas Select's time. I'm going with a Defy.
I've got to pick. I'm going to pick last because
Why do you want to pick last?
I've got to bring the house down pick. That's going to absolutely.
Okay.
Oh my.
That's going to absolutely be insane.
I'm going to go with a. Fi.
Oh, Defy 5?
I think Silas is cheekier than ever.
Okay.
You think that?
You always think that.
Silas has.
You do say
some
that.
people don't know this, but Silas has a mold drop in this Friday,
Oh, you think he did it.
and I think he dropped a Colossus in that bag.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it would have been so
Yeah,
sick.
you're wrong.
You probably wish you thought of that, huh?
Underworld.
What? Wait, hold that up.
Underworld.
look, wait, hold on. Go back to that screen.
to the screen.
That
What
screen
just happened? Go back
no,
to the screen.
other screen. The three-way.
Wait.
Oh, it's peeing it out.
Green.
That's
Oh, the
hilarious.
green.
That's hilarious.
I didn't know we could do
Is it
that.
green screen?
Yeah, it is.
Why? How have none of us ever wore green?
We just don't wear green. That's
funny.
really funny.
That's really funny.
Wait, it shouldn't be though.
Yeah, I don't understand
Wait,
how it's
Silas's
doing
shirt's
that.
not
Wait,
getting keyed out.
It's a green
It
screen?
shouldn't be green.
This is
Screening.
Yeah, it's not. That's green. Well, I guess it's not the right
not the
color
right
green.
color.
This is like
Green.
yellow, I guess.
That is the green screen color of green.
Wow.
Like, that's money.
I'll have to look into that.
That's so funny.
We need to wear.
I gotta find that.
That's
you need to
really
wear
funny.
like, something in that color.
I'm wearing it next week.
Yeah.
He just cuts
find,
to
like,
it and I'm wearing
You could
wood
probably
grain.
find some clearance St. Patty's shirts that look
I have
just like
something.
that.
I have an undershirt from a video that I was in that's coming out at some point soon that is that exact color.
Oh,
So I'm just gonna rock. It's just a Gildan, just all one color.
green.
Yeah, I'm gonna
That's
rock it next
funny.
week, and I'll just be
You're
wood.
cooked,
I will be wood
Silas.
grain.
Silas, prank him, and I won't even tell you yet.
No, I think it'll be funny.
Just say,
just to
imagine
switch
if
to
you're
it,
like, oh, it's gonna be wood grain, and he actually
No,
made the picture
no.
not wood grain. It's something super embarrassing.
We just gotta promise. We just got. We just have to not address it. So
Yeah.
like the show just
They just
starts,
think-
and I'm just wearing a wood grain shirt.
Yeah.
And as I move, people are like, "What's wrong with Hunter's
No, he
shirt?"
should make it the wall behind you, and you just blend it with the wall. That would be so
I thought
funny.
you let Hunter get off frame,
floating.
take a picture of that, and make that the background.
That's funny.
That's funny.
All right. Well, hey, we have a preview show this week for the Queen City. So going back to Hornet's Nest. So we'll
That's
be
exciting.
Wednesday. That show
Is that
will
Queen City
Thursday. That show will come out.
Classic Challenge Open
Classic, I think. Queen City Classic.
Yeah.
So we'll do a preview show for that. Back to Hornet's Nest, and then a few weeks from now, Champions Cup is in our backyard. But we'll talk to you for the preview show, and then we'll recap everything that went down next Monday. We'll see you then.